Alright guys, and welcome to this special episode of Lifting the Lid.
In this episode, expect to find out how to navigate a relationship in the core, why being single might make training easier,
And what F1 can do to make it less mind-numbingly shit.
Let's get into it.
Right, and welcome back to a special edition of Lifting the Lid.
Yes, so for all you OGs out there who listen to the podcast from the beginning of time, we had a 6-part series at the start, didn't we, for Lifting the Lid, where Eddie would interview me about my military service, bringing it back for a one-time only special.
Yeah, basically we covered six different topics. We thought we'd gobbed off enough about the core. Turns out we hadn't. We've discovered something that we didn't gob off about.
Yeah, there was a stone left unturned.
Yeah,
and we don't like that.
Which ironically we have talked about like off air loads.
Yeah.
But then never actually thought to talk about it on air.
Yeah, exactly. So we're bringing it to you now. So strap in. What's the topic?
It is kind of family and relationships and how you navigate that while you're in the Marines, effectively.
Yeah, so again, as Lifting the Lid went, it's going to be kind of interview style. So Eddie's going to come with the questions, I'll answer, then we're going to discuss the topic. What we didn't have for Lifting the Lid, there was segments.
Yes.
We have segments now, so we're going to delve into them first. So we go through Helmet of the Week first.
Yeah.
So, very on brand for us, right? So, similar to last week with the Zone 4 coach, right? It's another kind of online...
Oh, before you launch into it, we
Right.
need to establish some admin.
Okay.
We now have jingles.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, this is exciting. Right, so like any self-respecting podcast, I've created jingles for each segment to add to the...
add to the viewing pleasure.
Yeah, add to your viewing pleasure. So we'll insert that now.
Yeah.
Helmet of the Week. Right, and let us know what you think. I'm a creative genius.
Yeah. He charges £80 an hour.
Yeah.
£80 a jingle. Yeah, so Helmet of the Week this week. Go on, you can introduce.
Yeah, so Helmet of the Week, as the jingle stated, is fake natty gymfluencers.
Yes. So the fitness industry now is inundated with these hats.
Yeah.
Who are clearly, well, from my perception, clearly not natural, as in they're using performance-enhancing drugs. But don't either claim not to be, or just don't address it and leave it as this like wishy-washy, unanswered question.
And that in of itself is a bit muggy because you're still leading people on. But if you're leading people on for financial gain, that's even worse. And that's what a lot of these people are doing.
This is what we lead into. So originally, if you're just posting content and maybe you're getting brands to sponsor you or whatever, that's not too much of an issue because yes, you're getting money off it, but you're not really extorting anyone for their money. Whereas if you're like a fitness influencer for like a bodybuilding centric audience, right? You're the product. You're like the ambassador for your brand, aren't you? Your body is almost like your shop window, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so if you've attained that through steroids rather than the programming that you sell, then that's disingenuous.
Yeah, it's complete false advertising, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this happens.
And it's just 10 a penny. All right, we're pretty good at spotting people that aren't natural. But if you're, a bit younger, naive, you see these people look hoofing, right? And then you think, I want to look like that. I'll buy their program.
Yeah.
But they don't realise that it's actually the copious amounts of performance-enhancing drugs that they put into their body.
And this has happened for years and years and years. But the problem is now everyone can have a platform, and so it's incentivised more and more.
Yeah.
Because you can make loads of money on TikTok, posting videos of your workouts. That money is amplified massively if you take steroids, and your initial clip, your cutting clip can be you looking saucy as fuck. Yeah. And then you get loads of engagement, and then you get loads of click-throughs to your link, and then you get loads of sales. It is marketing 101, and it would make loads and loads of sense for example, that's how I make money, right? So for me to jump on the gear, and then my first 5 seconds of my clips are me flexing in the mirror looking hoofing.
Yeah, your sales will probably skyrocket.
Yeah. But it's obviously not the way you want to do things because it's a short game, first of all, because you get found out eventually. Yeah. And you were just misleading people.
Yeah, so our friend HS TikTok is effectively guilty of this, isn't he? Even though he's still closet closet fake natty, isn't he?
Well, yeah, but
'Cause he's not actually
he also
come out.
shifted out of the fitness industry.
Yeah, but that's
really.
initially how he made a lot of money.
Yeah, it's how he got his notoriety first of all, isn't it?
And Dave Trains recently did this as well. So this is what brought it to our attention.
Yeah, this is where this was the sort of straw that broke the camel's back, as it were. So Dave Trains, if you're not aware of who he is, he's like coming up at the moment. It was like a Gymshark ambassador. Yeah, he's affiliated with Gymshark. He sells like standard push pull legs programs, load of shit, right?
Yeah, it's like bro split programs, really, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. And he's been doing that for probably about 18 months. The last 12 months of which he's been on juice.
Yeah,
and that's probably where he's made the most money because obviously as his following grows and stuff, his sales naturally grow with that.
Yeah. So like, he's made God knows how much money in the past 12 months while he's kind of not addressed the fact that he's probably not natural anymore. Now he's obviously in a financial position where it doesn't matter. Yeah. He's, out of the kindness of his own heart, come out and told everyone he's on juice.
Yeah, and all the loyal fans, all the 18-year-olds, like, oh, well done for being so transparent, even though he's just extorted them for months.
But we were saying this, right? So we did some digging, right? A year ago or whatever, before he got on juice, he was strong as fuck anyway.
Yeah, strong, and he looks sound.
So for that extra, tiny amount of percentage of sauciness that he's got out of it, I don't think it's worth it.
No, it's definitely not worth it because if you look,
because it's fucked his skin up as well, hasn't it? Because now he has a real issue with acne.
Yeah, and he'll get loads of like long-term issues from this, because you don't know how you're gonna react to these steroids. Someone like Chris Bumstead might react really, really well to whatever he's on, right? Which obviously does. He looks super, but you aren't the same. You haven't got the same genetics. You haven't got the same circumstances, so you're not going to react the same. So you could just develop loads of breast tissue, or you could just develop loads of acne or whatever. So there's loads of side effects that people don't talk about.
It's just not worth the risk, effectively. Is it?
It's definitely not worth the risk. And he, again, like it spends half his probably 1 out of 4 posts is him flexing about how much money he's got now.
Yeah, I can't get on board with that either.
You've got that money by telling people, follow my program, you'll look like me, whereas they really need to get on loads of juice and follow your program.
Yeah, you're kind of taking the piss a bit there, really, aren't you?
Yeah, because he's like posing in like an Audi R8, like, woo.
Yeah, and he's like, I spend £20 on Nando's a day. It's like, well, what's the message you're trying to convey there? Because you're not going to get a black card out of it, and you're only going to alienate your followers who you're financially dependent upon.
Yeah, trust. Yeah. So again, the steroid-ridden gymfluencer who's making money directly from his following, buying programs. Again, if it's like an ambassador of a brand, I can sort of get on board with it more, but only if they're transparent about it again.
Yeah.
Because it's all about just being honest with your fucking following, because that's essentially what they're not doing.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your helmet of the week. We'll play the jingle again because it's sick.
Yeah, we'll play it to come out and to cut in.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, cool. So do you want to go straight into the main meat of today's topic?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about family and relationships in the core.
Okay, let's go.
So let's start from the off.
I'm going to cast my mind back here.
Yeah. Right. What did your family make of it when you told them you were going to join?
So originally, my mum thought it was a bit of a phase.
Right, yeah.
She was a little bit sceptical because, again, like, obviously, when I was 15, 14, it was when we were still in Afghanistan, quite heavily involved. So her initial thought of someone in the Marines was someone on the front line in Helmand Province. Never actually happened to me as it transpired, but she didn't know that. So she was kind of hopefully and wishfully thinking that it was a phase that I would grow out of, because I had a lot of them, to be fair.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So I've known Shep now for over half of our existence.
Yeah.
Since we were about 11 or something.
Over, yeah.
So you are right. You did have a lot of phases, but this one stuck.
I've quite an obsessive personality.
Yeah,
I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
So I was like hell bent on becoming a footballer, and then there was other stuff going on. Yeah.
You wanted to join MI6 at one point.
Yeah.
That was a phase.
Yeah, that was a phase. So there's a lot of these phases. I would come home to my parents and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I want to be a CrossFit athlete at one point." All this sort of shit. And so
So it was part and parcel of basically your existence at that point, wasn't it? Like, Harry's got another phase.
Oh yeah, he's going through another little bit. Yeah, but then this one stuck for a bit longer than most of the others. It was originally the military, and then it sort of honed in on the Marines after a bit. After I did a bit of research, but yeah, I mean, again, they weren't massively keen on it. To be fair, my dad was more in my camp than my mum, because I think still, I don't know, as a bloke, I think it's more understandable the reasons why I would want to join, right? He's got the same kind of hormonal build process, right? Yeah. So he's got the same. He probably went through the same when he was like 16 to 18. Maybe he thought about it, so he can get on board with it a bit more. My mum's completely the opposite, right, and would never fucking hurt a fly, right?
Yeah, she's a pacifist, isn't she?
Absolutely. So there's absolutely no part of my mum's psyche that would understand why I would choose that career. And we didn't have any military in our family. Like my brother, my dad, my granddad was national service, but after that left. You know, so there's not really anything concrete. Grandparents mega happy with it and on board because again they lived through the war, so their experience with our military is mega positive because it set them up for life really, because
it's a generational thing as well, isn't it? Elder generations tend to have a more positive outlook towards the armed services for the reason like you said. Yeah, because they grew up through the war, so
it's a bit further removed from what's happening now on for Afghanistan and stuff. So yeah, I think initially like a little bit of skepticism and not full support because they were thinking he's going to grow out of this a little bit. It's not going to take long. Yeah, because it was very on brand for me to do that. But like you said, it sort of stuck for a bit longer. And after they realised that, they like anything, and my parents, they're mega supportive regardless of what it is and whether they agree with it, whether or not they don't. So like my family now, with my two siblings now, as a three, we couldn't be doing more different things, right? Yeah. So if my parents had, like some families do, had a really narrow view of what success looked like for their kids, they'd be fuming because they've got one person off doing fucking scuba diving in Mexico, one person online nomad, one person doing the more conventional route. So they are pretty supportive with whatever we do. So I think I'm lucky in that regard because a lot of people aren't fortunate enough for that.
So have you got any anecdotal evidence of lads who you served with who had the opposite of that? They had like a very like military upbringing and they were like kind of not forced into it, but like it was very much encouraged.
Yeah, loads of examples of that in terms of both in training and in my units where lads were. So I had a good mate, and you met him, Sam, who we met in Livingston. He was an RSM's son. Right, so if your dad's the RSM,
so it's like a rite of passage.
Yeah,
almost.
It's gonna, and especially if you're a little bit that way inclined, you're in the Marine Cadets, then you're in this and this and this, and so you come in. He's hearing about it when they come back, but equally that can be an off-putting thing as well. You can see how much your dad's away, and actually think, fuck that, I don't want to do that. So it can put you off, but for obviously everyone I met had gone down the other route, so it encouraged them. So yeah, he was someone who was the RSM's son. I think there was a few where the older brothers were in, so they would be trying to following their footsteps almost, and follow them to their units and stuff, which is quite cool. There's a lot of examples of that where it runs in the family, but yeah, not for me. I had nothing that was going off as a kind of role model.
So I assume that the Corps understand that a lot of people like your mom might be a bit suspicious initially towards their kids joining up. What do they then do to try and put them at ease? So like when you go to training, do they reach out to families?
Yes. So not in a direct sense, but they do have a families day. So I think it's week 5 or week 9. Could be either one of them. Anyway,
well, it's probably changed
now anyway, but it's a weekend anyway in training. It's a Friday, and you'll work up to it for that kind of week and the weeks before, and then the families essentially will come. They get greeted, like when we've been to Livingston before. It's mega good in it when they put an event on. They're quite welcoming.
It's good soft power.
Yeah, exactly. So they greet you, and the families are sat down in the drill shed, just like the pass out parade will be in however many months that their son passes out. So they'll see a little drill parade, and then so it's the first time that they've seen their son since they were shipped off 4 or 5 weeks ago. So it's quite a cool thing, especially if like 18-year-old lads haven't been away from home before. It's the first time they then see their parents again, and so then they'll go into the gym and see what they're doing in the gym with like rope climbs and stuff, and they see their kid like
doing some techie shit.
Yeah,
basically.
like becoming a man almost. So it's
that's
quite
a
cool.
Good point actually, because I guess a lot of lads do go away kind of having been a bit kind of mollycoddled. So like for their parents to then come and see them actually fucking getting themselves squared away a bit.
Yeah, striving and doing stuff that they're proud of, and And the other thing is, you know, they haven't seen him for 4 or 5 weeks, but they haven't seen him in uniform, and you know, then you come and greet your mom in your digs and stuff. It looks quite cool.
Good charm offensive.
Yeah, exactly. And while the lads are doing a lot off doing some other stuff, the families are in with the training team and a bit of the hierarchy from Lympstone, and they're showing them around, like the guns they use and all this sort of stuff. Because a lot of it, right, a lot of the stuff from the mother's end or the family's end is the bit of the fear of the unknown. Like, they don't really know. It's a bit of a shrouded world, isn't it?
Yeah.
But as we've talked about before, the military, you don't really know what goes on in training. You don't know how your son's going to be treated. You don't know what kind of thing your son's getting into.
No.
And so
I only now know so much about it through you.
No.
But initially, when you went off to training, I hadn't really got a fucking clue what you were doing.
Day to day, no idea.
No.
So I think it's good that they bring the families in to give them a little bit of context as to what the son's doing, what a day to day is like, what they've been actually trained to do for the last couple of months or whatever. And so it sort of dispels a little bit of that fear of the unknown. So that it's to put the families at ease, the families' day, because that 4 or 5 week period is actually when the recruit can leave for the first time if they wish to. So when they can voluntarily withdraw after 4 weeks. And so if you've got a mom, if you're not happy in training, essentially, right, and your mom is encouraging you to leave, it's an extra barrier, isn't it? You're going to be like, yeah, okay, cool, it's not the right thing for me. Whereas getting their family on board sometimes, if the family have been like, you know, swayed by that family's day and they think, oh, it's quite a good thing you're doing, actually, you know, I'm going to be proud of you when you get to the end or whatever, then it allows that support system to be a little bit better for the individual recruit, right? So the fact that the families can be brought into the process a little bit early on is a good thing. So they do stuff.
So, and then
for it.
When is the next time that families are invited back down to Lympstone? Is it pass out?
Yeah.
So that's quite a big chunk of time, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's why they get it in so early in training.
Yeah, put them
families day early.
Put them at ease.
Get them at ease. They know what's going on, and again, they'll show the families this is what they're doing now. This is what they'll progress to do. So they've got kind of idea of what's going on.
Yeah, then they dangle the carrot.
Yeah.
It's like, if you fucking leave them alone for the next few
Yeah.
months, you can come. You can come back again, and they'll look fucking bombers, mate.
Yeah. They'll have a green lid on their head. So they'll come back and they'll do that at pass out, and you've been to one of them, and we've done an episode about that. If you want to go and listen to that, for anyone listening. But yeah, so that's the next time you'll come to a parade, and it's kind of cool again because it would dilute the message a little bit if you kept coming every 5 weeks. You'd be like, all right, I've seen him before, fucking do this.
Yeah, it would lose some of the kind of the mystery, wouldn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
If you're there every other week, like.
Yeah, because I think it's like if you've had a mate who's lost a fucking shit ton of weight. If you were to see him every 4 weeks, it wouldn't be as much of a thing, would it?
Like, the longer you leave it, the more impressive.
Leave it 100 pounds apart, you're like, fucking hell, you look hoofing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a bit like that, I think. I don't know if it's intentional, but it's just how it works.
Plus, if you were there every week, you'd probably see things that would kind of etch-away this kind of mystery in your mind.
Exactly.
Whereas if you just turn up at pass out when every's all polished and prim.
Pass out on Family's Day. It's a bit like when Ofsted come to schools, isn't it? So you have that week when Ofsted comes to schools, and the teacher's like, right, when I write the objective on the board like I do every lesson, right, okay,
it's a performance,
yeah,
isn't it?
exactly.
It's not actually how things operate day to day.
It's exactly the same with that, and the rest of it, like you say, if they were to come all the time every week, they'd probably have to polish a bit too much, and then the training process would be worse. So yeah, there's that.
Get them on board early, and then fuck them off.
Yeah.
I like that. I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
Right, so moving on a bit from the kind of the family aspect, let's now talk more about relationships.
Okay, cool. Let's get into that.
Yeah, let's get it. So, conveniently, for the sake of this podcast, your career in the Corps spanned you both being single and in a relationship.
Yeah,
so you can
did that on purpose as well, just so I could, looking forward. I knew I'd have a podcast at this point, and I knew I'd need to say about both. So I thought I kept myself free for a little bit. Yeah, and then intentionally.
So you can give it both barrels effectively.
Exactly.
So where do you want to start?
It's chronological.
Yeah, so you were single when you went in, weren't you?
Yeah, I think that helps as well.
Through training, is it better to be single through training? Do you think? Because I guess you don't really have the time off to see your missus anyway, or partner or whatever.
Yeah, I couldn't have imagined going through training with a partner or with the missus or whatever. Especially, if they're, I just don't know, because you regardless of how loose your partner, like how not loose, but how like wrong word.
So she's getting bagged off while you're going through training.
You know that. Yeah.
Sign him off to your best mate for 8 weeks. Yeah, look after it.
Take good care. I'll be back in 8 months. No, so regardless of how much your partner doesn't really mind you not speaking to her for periods of time, there's still going to be that, they're still going to need a little bit of contact, and you can never guarantee how much of that or how little of that you're going to get. So
you're basically fucking off grid, aren't you? Really, for the initial parts of training, anyway.
Yeah, you have maybe 10-15 minutes at the end of the day, start of the day, to give them a text, but it's fuck all that, isn't it?
That's shit.
And you're not home at weekends. It's weeks and weeks at a time that you potentially be away for, and it can work. Don't get me wrong, but
even the most non-committal partners in Civvy Street put more into their partner than 15 minutes a day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would hope so. But the other thing is, it's an extra thing to think about, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you've got Valentine's Day coming up, or you've got their birthday coming up, or whatever it is, but you've also got a big exercise coming up, it's such an extra 15% of your brain power, your cognitive ability to think about, fucking hell, what do I get, or what, this kind of thing, which is obviously detracts from being able to focus on the actual task at hand. There's that side of it, which obviously I think is right, and I don't think it's easier with a missus, because I think it would be just, again, like an extra tax, extra thing to think about. But there's also the side of it where you've got that support system again a little bit, where you can draw on, you've got someone to lean on essentially when you need it. But
I was going to say, so if I was to play devil's advocate, I could say, well, the opposite. Shoes on the other foot, you could say, well, if you have a partner or someone that's supporting you externally, then you could draw on their support. Yeah,
but again, I don't think so. They might be able to give really, really good support, but they have no idea what you're going through day to day. So you being able to lean on the lads is better.
Because you're in the trenches together.
They're in it with you. They know exactly what you're talking about. Because the stuff the stuff you're going through, to relate to someone who's not in that world, they don't fucking have a clue.
Well, it's not an office job, is it?
No, they don't have a clue. So the stresses and strains you're trying to put across to a potential partner is probably not going to get through to them. And again, the opposite way around, all right? So it can't all be one-dimensional in a relationship, right? I'm no relationship expert, believe me. But
believe him.
Yeah, believe me. So it can't be all one way. So I can't always be ringing the missus up saying, "Fucking hell, I'm hanging out. I've worked 80 hours this week," because they need a little bit of that from you. So they need to be able to ring you up and be like, "Fucking hell, so and so's kicked off at work," or whatever. Because they do, because that's part of a relationship. But you can't have that, because that's an extra thing. Again, you're about to have 2 hours sleep before you get up and have an inspection.
That's what I mean.
Last thing you need is there in your ear being like, "Fucking hell, so and so at work's kicking off."
I would be absolutely seething at that, actually.
That's what I mean.
If you're sleep deprived and you've got something absolutely stinking tomorrow, and your missus is bedding you up when you should be asleep, telling you about the fucking cat fight she's had at work.
That's the reality, though, isn't it?
Like, that's trivial. In comparison.
But this is what I mean. So they don't understand that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
There's no way they can relate that.
Because they're not there, so they don't know.
That's why I think it's difficult.
You wouldn't know, man. you weren't there.
Yeah. So that's why I think it's difficult, because it's just not. You can't align the two worlds.
And then equally, right. So from what you've told me anyway, I understand that quite a big part of training is the actual social aspect of it as well, off camp. So when you get chances to go on nights out and stuff.
Yeah.
If you've got a missus, I should word this carefully. You're not gonna be able to give 100% to those nights out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to rein it in a bit. Yeah, fair point.
And that's going to be detrimental to you.
To your brand value.
Brand value in the truth.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, it's true. Very true. So again, like you said, big part of training is getting on the piss.
Lads, we're fucking a 30 miler off today. We're going to see how many of you can get round some broads. You got 30 minutes, all bar one's over there.
Yeah. You got a different kind of stamina today, lads. Yeah. A big part of training, the training process, is obviously building a bond with the troop, right? And so that happens obviously in the field and stuff, doing hard shit, but also happens when your guard's down a bit, and you're out on the piss in Exeter, whatever, you're chatting about things that aren't just work, and you sort of get breaking the walls down and getting to know people. So that's that environment where you going ashore, you call it, going out and drinking. And like you say, if you've got a missus, sometimes I don't know, maybe you wouldn't be as encouraged to do that, because there's obviously the extra motivation if you're single to go out and pull whatever. So you'd be further away from that in that regard. And I guess the other thing is just being able to, if you're young as well and you're in that situation, the temptation's always going to be there, isn't it? And if you're away for, so it can. This I'm gonna get fucking hate saying, but yeah. But if you're away for like
this was inevitable.
Yeah, if you're away for like 4 or 6 weeks, and you're not having regular contact with your missus at home.
Physical contact.
Yeah, physical contact or otherwise. It's gonna be ever more tempting when you're out and you're sleep deprived, and you're inebriated, and all this sort of stuff. Which again isn't putting. It's just stacking the deck against you, isn't it? In terms of
plus like
say what you want about fucking doing the right thing, and so obviously I get that, but it's not always a perfect world, is it? And sometimes that happens, and
a lot of the lads probably aren't going to be the voice of reason, are they?
Oh, no, exactly. Like in that environment,
they're primarily thinking, how can I make this night entertaining for myself?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not how are we going to keep him in a loving relationship.
Yeah, it's not exactly at the top of their priority.
No.
So again, you're fighting a losing battle, and you're and again, this isn't saying that it can't happen. You can't not go through with your missus, but you can't. But it's just, I think from my experience, it'd be more difficult.
Yeah.
All of these things considered, and again, I didn't do it, so I could be very wrong in that regard. And I was 18/19 when I went through, so maybe it's different if you're 26, 28 and you've got a missus of 8 years or whatever. Yeah, that could be a factor. And if she really, really understands that over the next 8 months we're going to be, apart for long periods of time, we're going to have minimal contact, or if she really, really gets it, then maybe. But
so you can only draw on your perspective of being kind of young and immature, effectively, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. But you are, again, even if you're like 26, 28, you're still surrounded by the young and immature, effectively.
Yeah, so if anything, that's just going to rub off on you.
Yeah. It's either going to rub off on you, or it's going to alienate you, and you're going to be like, fuck this, these are
yeah, because I'm sure there must be instances of like lads who go through training a bit older, and they say if they are in a relationship, they're not going out on a weekend or whatever. Or like if you do get the opportunity to have a weekend off, you're going back to see your missus instead of spending more time kind of building that camaraderie.
It can become that's where it can. It's the only instance where it can become a little bit cliquey,
right?
In a troop, right? So the younger single blokes will be together. They'll be best mates
naturally,
and then the older blokes maybe will be best mates because they're like
safety in numbers.
They're a bit more aligned with where they are currently in their life, and they've all. So all the lads who are what the age I was have all come out of college and gone straight in, so they've got that experience to draw on. All the lads who are 28 have left the job and come in, so it's a completely different dynamic.
I guess it's a bit more on the line for them as well.
Yeah, so
in terms of what they want to take, they want to take it more seriously.
Yeah. And it's more difficult physically for them, so they've got that to relate to.
Yeah, all when you're like 18, you can fucking throw yourself at anything, can't you? Really?
Yeah, you're just
made
back.
of rubber.
Yeah, exactly. You just literally bounce back. So that's why it can be different for different circumstances. But again, I can only draw on what I've experienced, really.
So if we move on a bit from training then, as a whole, is being single encouraged or discouraged from superiors, so to speak?
From superiors?
Yeah. So is there kind of systemic things in place that kind of encourage you to either stay single or be in a relationship?
I don't think either or, to be honest.
There's no...
I don't think there is. No, I think, again, just the nature of the job probably is what...
Is the biggest determining factor.
Yeah. Because, again, you're obviously away a lot. It's just more difficult to date. You have to go through a process of finding someone to take on a date, go through the dating process, be committed in the dating process, then take them. It's just a lot's got to go right, and so you've got to not be deployed for quite a significant amount of time. If you just met someone And 2 weeks later, you're like, yeah, I'm going to Norway for 3 months. See you later.
Or
they're probably not going to stick around, are they?
Yeah, like, I really like it, but my draft's up now.
Yeah.
And I'm moving to Scotland next week for 2 years.
Come with me.
Yeah.
So again, it's just difficult. So people do tend to stay single, or they might get into a relationship, it crashes and burns, and then they're fucking single, and they're like, well, it's probably better off being single in this job, innit? And I've had that a few times. The lads are like, it's just easier to stay single in this job because there's not as many. There's not as many things to think about. There's not as many stresses, and I don't know whether this is completely anecdotal or there's any fact behind this, but it is completely anecdotal. But like the amount of sergeants who have multiple divorces is ridiculous, right? So they've been in for a sergeant, like 12 to 16 years is when you get your sergeant. So they've been in for probably 15 years on average.
That's a long time serving the Marines, that is. That's
That's
a good innings, that is.
Yeah, and your missus, and again, it doesn't have to everyone, but your missus has to be super supportive of what you're doing and pretty much has to be like a stay-at-home mom, effectively, you know.
Yeah. Well,
and you have to bring home the bacon and you have to be the sole breadwinner because you haven't got that share of like, if you've got kids, when you're away, she's got to take the full burden of the kids, right? So it just practically it's more difficult. But again, like I say, anecdotally, that there is a lot of sergeants in the military with divorces behind them. And I think there might be a reason for that.
Yeah, that's a few too many leaves, that is.
Yeah, it's just a fact of life that, you know, it's harder to be in a fucking committed relationship if you're constantly away.
It's hard enough to be in a relationship anyway.
Let
alone when you've been fucking traversing the globe every fucking
being
2 weeks.
pulled from pillar to post.
Yeah.
And again, like, it's hard. So in relationships, typically, you come back with your partner after a long, hard night.
Long, throbbing evening.
No, a long, hard day at work.
It's got ASMR porn now, this is.
Yeah. So you come back after like a long day at work, both of you, and you'll come together and you'll bitch about work, effectively, right? Again, the same as what I was saying in training. For them to relate back to what you're going through at work is a bit like, it's a completely different world. At least if they're in a civilian job, you're both in a civilian job, you've got bosses you don't get on with or colleagues you don't get on with, you can kind of relate to each other's issues.
Yeah.
It's very hard for you to lean on someone who doesn't really get it, effectively, you know.
Yeah. It's like, Debbie sent me a bitchy email today. How was your day? Oh, someone got shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's non-comparable.
Yeah.
In the extreme circumstances.
In the extremes, absolutely, you're right. And a lot of lads, again, anecdotes, because I was never there, in Afghan and stuff, just would choose not to tell whoever was back home.
That would be hard. I mean, obviously you can't really cover this properly because you never went to Afghan, but that must be hard.
No, I mean, so so they're bottling it up effectively.
Yeah.
You know, if something mental happens,
but
you ring home and they go, yeah, how was today? You're like, yeah, Sam, no, nothing changed, because you don't want to worry them on the other end of the phone. So you're like, oh yeah, my best mate just got fucking shot. He's flying back to, you know.
Yeah, because if you're like 2 weeks into a 6-month tour, and the first phone call you have back to your missus, you've said that like your best mate's been blown up.
Yeah.
Your fucking head's gone. Right, how's she then going to feel
exactly.
for the duration?
She's already shitting herself.
Yeah, you're going to come back.
So it's almost like a duty of care to not not tell her. But it must be mega difficult because again, you've not got that offloading of stress. Because a massive thing, like we always talk about in society now, is like mental health. Talk about it with someone who understands.
Yeah, that's why you go to and then they're doing the antithesis of that.
Exactly. That's why you go to a therapist and all that. And to be fair, in the military, you are like insular wise, like you can speak within the troop about it.
Yeah.
And that's not frowned upon. That's really quite encouraged, which is good. And that's where they hash it out essentially.
So while we're skirting around the issue, what services are there available to people that are seeking out kind of help with families and stuff? Because we know that like SAFA, so we covered this in the marathon episode, they offer support and services to families. What do the Marines themselves actually offer? What do the Corps offer?
So,
do you have therapists?
I think they do. They have
like family planning unit or whatever it is.
They have like family stuff, and they have the RMA, so the Royal Marines Association, which is another charity that take care of Marines families and Marines, and they'll point you in the right direction effectively, and you know help you out with finances and stuff if you need to see someone. honestly, most of the time, from what I've seen, is the Reverend. So like,
Really?
yeah. So like the military, is he a priest or something?
Fucking padre or whatever.
The padre. That's
or is
the
that
word,
is that Catholicism?
No, that's the word.
Is it?
The padre. So the padre is someone who they're actually a mega. Their rank. They always say the rank doesn't mean like the rank's like a chameleon. Like if they're talking to a marine, they're a marine too. But if they're talking to like a captain, they're a captain. If they're talking,
What's that chess piece that can move anywhere on board?
Exactly. Yeah,
it's like that. They're like a wizard.
What is it? The king or something? I'm shit at chess.
Yeah, yeah. We decided to draw on an example there of a game that none of us can play.
Yeah. So yeah, like that chess piece that we can't think of. But yeah, they can move all over the board, mate. So it's effectively like you can talk to them about anything, and they have that. What's it called, the confidentiality thing where they don't tell anyone and they're just
you're talking as equals basically.
Yeah, so if you got to think they are getting paid a lot more than you. They're like I think equivalent to like a sergeant, something like that. You wouldn't really very well sit with your troop sergeant and be 100% honest and say this is shit, this is fucking annoying me, this is hurting me. But you could sit with a padre and do that.
That's interesting.
He'll just be on your level about it.
That's interesting, right? Because I imagine now, as we get more secular as a society, not many people are going to the padre with religious concerns. So he is basically now a therapist, even though his name suggests otherwise.
Yeah. And if I don't know how qualified really he would be for that.
Yeah,
for that specific role.
So can you do your specialisation in being a padre, or do you have to have?
I think you have to have been on the God Squad from day one, mate.
Right, yeah, Street Patrol day one.
Yeah, you have to be all over it. I think you can't just go. Yeah, I identify as a padre.
Read the Bible, fuck off for 3 weeks, and come back.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think you do have to be a legitimate God Squad member. But
the politically correct term.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like qualifications in terms of therapy. Because
they
I'm
won't.
assuming they don't have that. I'm assuming it's just like lived experience. Like I've had thousands of these conversations, so I can probably deal with it, or even not even offering necessarily advice, just listening.
Well, I'm going off on a tangent here, but I'm guessing, right, that if they have to have some kind of background previously in the church, they probably might be a bit older.
Yeah, normally.
So they probably do have that lived experience to draw on.
Yeah, normally, and effectively, like I say, it's just someone to listen to your ranting. Effectively, which is sometimes helpful. But yeah, the Padres, the one I can think of, and like I say, RMA will give families and individuals funding and stuff to help them out.
So let's draw on another example.
Another anecdote from that. Like this is so Ben Wadham. If you follow him on Instagram, I don't know if you do. He's like ex-Royal Marines PTI, good bloke from all accounts, from what I can tell. So he was in Afghan and stuff. He struggled a lot with PTSD. Interviewing him about it, saying what happens when you go from being an Afghan and then you come back. What's the kind of transition? Is there that 2 week R&R period they talk about? He's like, nah. He's like, we landed in Cyprus. We all got packed into a hangar. The RAF came in. They gave a 5-minute presentation on PTSD, and then they fucked off. They chucked 200 crates of beer in, and they just got pissed. They locked the doors. That was it. Locked the doors, and then they were on a plane the next day.
That's probably the worst thing you can do.
How terrible is that?
Someone that's trying to kind of process what they've just experienced.
For 7 months.
The worst thing you can do is just get pissed.
Yeah, because you're just forgetting it all.
Yeah.
And then when you wake up, it's just compounded.
It's just escapism, isn't it? Yeah, and then like obviously it's a vicious cycle, because then the more you do it, like you said, the more you compound it. You're just kicking the can further down the road.
Well, this is exactly what's happened. So all these lads now who were in the same time as Ben Wadham was are now coming out and saying, I'm fucking really struggling, because that their coping mechanism was non-existent.
Well, it was drink.
And they forgot probably that 5-minute presentation because it was followed by fucking
12 hours of booze.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was just a little bit I had. But it's terrible, that's probably better now, I guess, but who knows, because there's not even a conflict going on yet.
Yeah. So let's talk about when you go away.
Mm-hmm.
That must be better single than in a relationship, because that's just kind of an extreme version of training, effectively, isn't it?
Yeah, true. I guess it is, especially if you get to a place like Vegas and stuff. That everyone knows that's better fucking single, right?
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, because this is my 2 pence, but I feel like
Just skate carefully here.
Yeah,
I don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
Yeah, this is why there's lots of pauses in this episode.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to tune my words.
It's like a police interview. Yeah, don't want to incriminate anyone.
Stop recording. Yeah, so I would say going away with your mates, right, is always better single.
Yeah, I'll get on board with that.
I'm getting into it. The only time going away is better in a relationship is when you're with the person in the relationship.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that transcends the military. I think
that's
just,
what
that's
I'm talking about. Yeah.
Across the board.
So if you've gone a stag do, if you've gone whatever, it's always better single. Of course it is.
Yeah.
And so the same is true for when you go away with the core, because it's effectively a massive stag do.
Yeah, and then if you obviously are in a relationship, there's a massive conflict of interest there.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
the whole emphasis of a stag do is to get basically as rowdy, as pissed as possible.
Yeah.
And commit as much debauchery as possible. And then if you're in a relationship and you go away without your missus, you want the opposite of that.
Yeah, you've got to hold back. You're like that bloke. He sent me a TikTok this week of that sober one on the
sober guy on a stag do.
Yeah, doing all the admin, booking all the Ubers and that
sort
of stuff. Yeah.
You don't want to be that guy.
You'll be in the admin bod, the clerk of the stag do.
Yeah, no one wants to be that hat.
No, so again, if you're single when you go away, it's obviously it can be better. So.
Well, this comes back to what you were saying about it basically just being a headache for yourself, a needless one.
Yeah, because again, you've got to think about, I've got to ring them, I've got to whatever, I've got to try and stay up in different time zones, try and speak to them.
Yeah.
It's like, it is a bit of a nightmare.
And like you've still got to operate day to day in your job.
Work, yeah.
But so you don't also want then in the back of your mind thinking, oh, I haven't fucking it's Stingy's birthday next week.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got a good example of this. I don't think you'll mind me airing his laundry a little bit, but you know the lad who came up to see me the other day. So the guy who left and rejoined. He was in my troop in our armored support group when we went to America for that 8-week stint, and his job in America wasn't too bad, to be fair. He probably could have had some real enjoyment there, but 2 weeks or a month beforehand, he'd met his missus, and they got became exclusive, whatever. He spent the entire trip threaders, just fuming that he was out there because he was like, oh, fuck it, I've just met, love my life, whatever, and I can't fucking spend any time with her because of this shit job. And he's just becoming this negative spiral. He's telling yourself, you're talking yourself negatively, and you're saying, you're putting the fault of the fact that you're not with your missus, which is where you want to be, on the core, and then you're like, fucking hell, it perpetuates in your head.
So you're going into everything with the wrong mindset, basically.
Yeah, every day you're going into with the wrong mindset, and it resulted in him putting his notice in. So he put his notice in on that trip. I don't know if he would have done it anyway. He probably would have, but he put his notice in on that trip, and he's like, "Fuck this! I'm going to go spend more time with my missus, whatever." And this is probably a coincidence, but he was in. So we had that 8 days or 7 days that we had the ability to go to San Diego, Vegas, wherever we wanted in the States for 7 days of debauchery, let's say. He chose to go somewhere else on his own with his cousin and meet his cousin in the middle of America somewhere. Again, like you said, I think he probably only did that because he was with his missus.
Mate, if he's single, there's no way he's doing that.
No, exactly. So exactly.
And he's probably been advised to do that by his missus as well, right? Because we've all been there.
Yeah.
As in, you're on a night out, right? And your missus is texting you, asking what's going on. Basically the devil on your shoulder, like, oh, when are you coming back?
You got to keep on short white road.
You got to keep constant comms.
Yeah.
Devil on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Sowing the seeds of doubt, and it's like you can't be present.
No,
do you know what I mean? So
all the time as well, you're sort of thinking about getting back to the missus.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. So you're not thinking about, like you say, not being present, enjoying the whatever, and that is a micro example of a macro that we're talking about, isn't it? So a macro being the full deployment of America or Norway or wherever you are.
Yeah, which just completely exacerbates that doubt in the back of your mind.
Yeah, exactly. And like the amount of time you spend on FaceTime or whatever, and it's not that you don't want to be doing that, because obviously you want to be talking to your missus, your fucking missus, but at the same time it's still like time out of your day, and if they were there, it'd be great, but they're not. So
That's what. So right, we're coming at this from this. We're getting deep now.
Yeah.
We're coming from that perspective of being single, right? So if we were both in relationships and we did that,
what do you mean did what?
so if we were both in that, it's basically we're saying this now because we've come out of a relationship, so we've seen the other side of it. But like, well, that was a waste of time. If you were still in a relationship, would you not think, oh, that was a good investment? Because if I hadn't the relationship,
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm not saying it was a waste of time. I'm saying
I am.
no, I'm saying it's something you've got to do, but it's not necessarily what you want to be doing in that
setting.
Because you're in like a box room on FaceTime.
Yeah,
no one wants to be doing that.
It's not ideal. No,
you'd rather have them there and be speaking to them in real life. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's the worst of both worlds, isn't it? Because you can't put 100% into the relationship because you're the side of the world and you're only communicating through FaceTime.
You're like damage limitation.
Yeah. But then equally, you can't make the most of the opportunity that you're in.
Yeah. Because
you've got this. You're basically juggling a lot of plates, aren't you? Effectively, you can't just throw yourself into this one thing and being like, right, I'm going to get the max out of it.
Yeah.
I want to make the most of it. Any free time we get, I'll go and see the local.
Yeah.
Local shit.
Yeah. Well, this is it. You can't really, that's kind of I guess it's a price you've got to pay if you're going to be in a long-term committed relationship. It is, I guess, a necessary evil. Because after a certain point, if you're gonna make a career out of the core and spend 25 years, there's going to come a point where you're going to cross the threshold and be like, okay, now I need to go settle down. So you're going to have to make it work somehow.
You're going to have to grapple with that conundrum at some point.
Yeah, exactly. So it just depends. You can make a decision when to do that.
Yeah.
When do you grapple with it? And maybe you have a few single deployments, and then you get a missus and whatever. And that's probably how most people go about it and how most people do it. But I do see, again, anecdotally, but I do see a lot of relationships not go well, effectively.
So you were in a relationship when you went to America and Norway, weren't you?
No, America.
Were you single?
I was single. Norway, I was in a relationship.
How did they differ in any ways, if they did at all, other than bagging off?
I still didn't massively enjoy being away in America in the actual work setting, even when I was single. I don't know why. I think it was
probably because you had very limited exposure to females.
Yeah. But I think also because, as we've spoken about, I don't know when, but another podcast, my America experience wasn't great just because of my fucking troop sergeant, my troop boss was a bit of a knobhead.
In fact, funny enough, we were talking about this
today
on the on the drive to
Snowden, yes, maybe.
Well, yeah, we felt like the other day we were talking about it, weren't we? You basically got the fucking shit end of the deal with America.
Oh yeah, fucking joke, mate.
Seen off just by a knobhead that you were signed to, basically.
Yeah, it was in the car. So a lot of my chain of command I didn't get on with for various reasons, and that dampened my experience. Had I been with like Jay's troop or whatever, my mate's troop who was in Mortars, who we were working with, it would have been really good because they got loads of freedom. They could go to the main camp, which had loads of amenities.
But it was even more jarring because you were basically doing the same thing, but you were just answerable to different people.
Yeah, it's the same job, innit?
So you were doing the same thing, right? But you were getting thrashed for doing certain things. They do the exact same thing and get rewarded for it.
Well, this is the thing, right?
Which is just bullshit if you take it like at face value.
This is what happens in the Corps. So I've said this to my mates in the Corps so much. Like, if your lifetime in the Corps can be either the best thing in the world or the shittest thing in the world, just dependent on who is above you in the hierarchy. It's mental. Like, if you've got a legend of a sergeant who's going to like keep all the hierarchy off your back and he's going to like take the lads as their kind of main priority, and you get on with the corporal, you get on with Lance Corporal, your time can be fucking mint.
You're fucking sorted for life.
Yeah,
basically.
you can be having a great time. The opposite of that, if you've got a job's worth for a sergeant and a couple of knobheads who are corporals, right, which you get, then it's fucking shit because they have so much control over your life, like where you are all the time, what fizz you do, when you eat, all this kind of stuff. They can absolutely dictate. They can even take the weekend off you if they want to. If it so pleases them, they can do it.
Well, they're literally like moulding your destiny, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, the sergeant effectively is like top cover for you from the hierarchy. So you imagine
Right.
like the people above the sergeant. A bit of a tangent here. People above the sergeant are like raining down shit details. Like
Yeah, cluster bombs.
yeah, little
Cluster bomb details
yeah,
down
little
on it.
shit detail. And it's the sergeant's job, right, to either go, my lads aren't doing that because I like my lads and they're fucking hoofing, right? And you're gonna bat it off into.
Yeah.
He's either gonna make it really efficient and make it like a way to do it and get it squared away in a different manner without seeing his lads off, or he'll give it to the shit bloke in the troop. That happens too. Or the other thing is you'll pass it on to another troop. It'll make sense. That's his kind of role in my eyes, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of the mediator between the lads and the hierarchy. So it's difficult.
He's a gatekeeper, isn't he?
Because he's the lowest at the table in the hierarchy, though. So he's got to go to all the meetings and stuff and be the lowest.
Yeah.
But he's the highest at the table in the other way around. So he's got to deal with quite a difficult scenario. I found this out when we were working in hospitals. Actually, I was speaking to him. To our sergeant, and we were like, "What the fuck's this happening?" He's like, because he was fuming as well that he was doing the same thing.
But it's hard because you've got to keep both parties on side.
This is it.
It's a balancing act, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can't just completely fuck off the hierarchy because then your life will be shit from them.
Yeah, so if we make a cricket analogy, because I'm obsessed with cricket at the moment,
Right.
they bowl a ball in, you just fucking hit it straight back
Yeah.
as a six.
Yeah.
You know, gone into the stand. They'll be fuming because you just chinned it off.
I like that.
You just fucking edge it, right? Let it go to the wicket keeper. Made no effort to really fucking swing at it. Your fucking team are going to be seething because you just lost a wicket.
That's a great analogy.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you've got to just knock it, you know, for a
straight drive,
for a single run or something.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Or
1 or 2 runs,
or a cheeky boundary.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you're a double agent in the batting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's quite funny. I mean, again, our hierarchy in America, to link it back, were just not the way you'd want them to be, especially in that environment. Because you want to, again, like you spent 8 weeks in Californian desert. There's so much shit that you could do and could see.
Yeah.
And there isn't. It wasn't happening for us. But yeah, so again, to link back to your question, my experience in America was probably dampened by that more than anything. But we went to Vegas and San Diego, which was hoofing. It was pretty good. And we got on the piss every night for about 7 nights, and in various different places in America, which was just mad. I spent the best part of fucking $3,000 that I'd saved up, quote unquote, over the last 8 weeks, in 7 days, living like an absolute idiot. But I mean, you got to do these things.
Yeah, I really wish we could share that story that you told me, but we can't. So we'll just dangle that carrot for people. Make of that what you will.
Patron.
That's going to be the first Patreon episode, the Vegas dit.
Yeah. And then, Norway was, like I was saying before, like it was a lot of hours on FaceTime, sat in a little box room, you know, because we were in a new relationship, so a little bit like Tom that I was on about the other day.
Yeah.
Don't think I said his name before, but yeah. Anyway, so we were like 3 months together, and I was due to be away for the next 3 months. So for like half of our time together at 6 months point would have been me away, which was shite, right? And so because we were in a new relationship, obviously 3 months in is not that long.
Still very new, isn't it?
And so we were on FaceTime all the time. To be fair, in Norway we didn't have many sends anyway.
It was hard in the Arctic Circle, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Knocking it back with the reindeers.
yeah. I mean, we did. You do send it, but you send it on camp, and so it's with the lads anyway. So it doesn't matter
more sanitised.
whether you're single or taken.
Yeah,
doesn't matter unless you're scranning the lad's arsehole. But yeah.
It's like that came from somewhere then.
No, it didn't. I feel like that's you projecting on.
Yeah, well.
but yeah. So again, I think it's that much different in Norway. But
so you had 3 months, and then you went to Norway for 3 months, and then COVID happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
So then you went to living with her.
Yeah.
That's fucking. That's a roller coaster of distance. No proximity. Yeah.
That was kind of the reason though, wasn't it? Because we'd been away from each other for 3 months. So it was either the choice of be away again for however long because the government was going to keep us away.
That would have killed it. I'll be honest. In hindsight, it would have died.
It died anyway.
Fucking turns out Boris was trying to do you a favour, lad. He saw your plight from a mile off.
But yeah, so
make that what you will.
In an effort to not be away from each other for a further fucking 6 months, yeah, we moved in together. straight away as soon as we got back. A bit of a baptism of fire for me because I'd never met the parents before. But
yeah, and if you want to know what the relationship was like during COVID, then listen to our previous episode on COVID.
Yeah,
because we don't need to cover old ground.
Exactly.
So let's cover some actual hard logistics for people.
Okay.
Right.
Let's go.
You've got a missus and maybe nippers. Do they live on camp with you? Where do they live?
So there's the marriage patch.
Right.
So
Tell me
single living accommodation is what we had. So we had like effectively like uni halls. Imagine like university halls.
But worse or better?
Better. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, as with class. So that's like quite a nice living arrangement. It's effectively normally what corporals get, but we had it at our unit because we were lucky. Most units will have like a 4-man room. That's apparently really good as well. I never got to experience that, but it's like 4 blokes in a room sharing quite a big room, and like
that's just like a frat house.
Yeah, it's fucking mad basically. But yeah, so that's one option. So if you're like a single bloke, you'll probably stay there. If you're in a relationship but not married and not living together already, then you might be living in that situation but travelling back on the weekend to see your missus. That's what I was doing for the last year or so of my career. Travel back every weekend, put some miles on your car. It's not too bad though. The other bit is if you're married, then you get a marriage patch, so you can basically get a house for like fucking, I don't know, £100, £200 a month or something.
So that's like it's not on camp, it's just off camp.
Normally, yes.
But it's like the MOD own the property, or it's government owned.
Yeah, MOD own the property.
So it's heavily subsidised.
Yeah, you literally pay like £200 a month mortgage, which is mental. And I think you do own it at the end. I'm not sure how that works. But effectively, yeah, your missus and kids could live in that house. Problem being with that, of course, you move around in the core a lot, right? So you may be having to move your missus and kids from one marriage patch to another marriage patch. It's a bit of a nightmare.
That's a bit shit, isn't it?
Because your kids are growing up and school age, so they're getting used to being with mates, and then you're moving them to schools. Bit shit. Sometimes people choose not to be on the marriage patch for that exact reason, because if you leave the unit, your marriage patch will be no longer yours, not your house. So they'll get a house near where the unit is. So for us in Dorset, lads would get houses in like Weymouth,
which is not a nice place to live, to be fair.
Yeah, lovely place to live. So they'd get a house there, and then if they were to move units, their family would just stay there, and they would just commute back and forth, which is fine. So that's the other option. You just get a house like anyone else does, but you can get like a forces help to buy. Don't know whether that's done away with now. It was in talks, I think, when I was leaving, so it might be gone now. But it was effectively a 10 grand, I think, interest-free loan you would get
that you could bump onto your deposit.
Yeah, you could use for your deposit, which is cool.
That's
right?
Was that a government scheme?
Yeah, but you had to like spend an extra 7 or 8 years to pay it off. Like you paid it off with service.
Right. Okay. So you don't pay with money. You pay with.
I don't think
hard labour.
I think you do pay with money anyway, but you kind of long it out over the career. It comes out of your paychecks.
Okay. So
the more paychecks you have, the cheaper it gets.
Yeah.
But if you want to like leave after like 2 years of getting your help to buy, you have to pay like 8 grand all out, which is shit. So it ties you in a little bit. But our views on home ownership. But yeah. So
I was just thinking, if it's government scheme, given 13 years of Tory austerity, I'd be amazed if that's still standing.
It's probably gone.
That would have been one of the first to be culled.
Yeah, it's probably gone, especially with Johnny Mercer saying shit like he was last
food banks were a political choice, apparently.
Yeah.
Make of that what you will.
Quote Johnny Mercer, the Veterans Minister. But yeah, so effectively you can have your own house by camp. You can live on camp by yourself, like most people do. Or you can be off camp with your family. And I think now you don't have... So it's called a marriage patch, so I don't think you have to be married anymore. It'd be a serious relationship.
Okay.
That's fine.
But you can't just get lads fucking bunking in together on the marriage patch.
No, but
turn it into
the
a
other
frat
thing
house.
the other thing you do get, though, is like lads renting in the local area, or lads getting mortgages in the local area.
Right, that's carnage.
Mental, mate. Yeah.
That is a frat house.
Yeah, it is literally a frat house. That's one thing, but it's not that common, to be fair, that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all the ways people live on and off camp.
Sweet. So I don't actually have anything else to cover, really, unless you have any more avenues you wish to pursue.
No, I don't think so. Like I said, it probably it definitely is possible to do training in the core with a missus in a relationship, but I didn't do that for a part of my career. I think training especially would be massively difficult with a spouse because, again, just an extra thing to think about.
So I think what we can gauge from this conversation we've had is that training, definitely, it is harder to do it in a relationship. But the rest of the time is circumstantial. It's a bit more nuanced, isn't it? It depends on type of person you are, where you are,
type of relationship you're in,
and what you want, effectively.
Yeah, and again, how willing you're... And it's something I always say to... People always say... people ask me, like... I don't know why I think I'm a relationship expert, but they always ask me, like... how often will I see my fellow when he joins the core, or... is it possible to stay together while he's in the core? I fucking don't know. But what I can tell you is that if you are upfront with how little time you're going to spend together, so that expectations aren't set and then going unmet, which is what often happens. They'll be like, yeah, I'll be able to text you this. I'll see you all the time.
False promises, yeah.
And you won't be able to do that. And then she'd be like, well, I thought you could say this, so I'm leaving. I'm leaving. But yeah, that happens. And then...
Which, like anything, isn't it? Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah, you've got to just manage their expectations a little bit and say, probably I want to be away a lot throughout the year. If they can't deal with them, that's not the right person to be with because you're in the military or you've got to leave the military. So it depends. You've got to obviously make that call. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to cover.
Well, sweet, but we're not done yet because we've still got
Fear not.
2 segments to square away.
Yes.
So we'll do underrated, overrated next. It's either underrated...
You've charmed me.
...or it's overrated.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
Yes. Underrated, overrated. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Right, so underrated, overrated, Formula 1.
Oh, yeah, okay, I like it.
Yeah, because I know how you feel about this.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about this, but we need to air our views.
Overrated.
Massively overrated.
Sure.
It's shit. It's not a sport.
No.
For a start. It's how much can you plough into a fucking engine, effectively.
Yeah, it's more about
a money
the car than it is the drive. The drive has to be fucking good as well, but I just can't get on board with it. It's not entertaining for me to watch at all.
It's just
I can't think of anything worse.
It's just almost perverse how kind of hyper-capitalist it is.
Yeah.
You think about... So we're in a climate crisis.
Yeah.
It's probably the least environmentally friendly sport out there.
Yeah, true.
We're in a cost of living crisis, right?
It's the most expensive sport.
And it's the most expensive sport out there. Yeah. So you're not really got your finger on the cultural pulse there, have you?
Not really. But the other thing is, it's just boring to watch. Have you watched it? Yeah. Like, mate, they just go round in circles. Have you round another circle? Yeah, round in the circle, mate.
So I've had this conversation with F1 fans because I was in needle out of them what they actually like about F1. Yeah. And it all, as much as they're in denial about it, it all boils down to they're just waiting for a crash.
Yeah, that's bollocks though, because that's the same reason people watch ice hockey.
Yeah.
But ice hockey's better because it's an actual game.
Right, if all you're watching that for is a crash, right, just YouTube compilations of F1 crashes. Yeah. Save yourself the 3 hours. That's the fucking mental time it takes to actually complete these
so long
Formula 1 Grand Prix.
They're just on in the background, aren't they?
Yeah.
I can't... People don't go to the pub and watch it, do they? There's a reason.
That's with the fucking deadish session going, hasn't it?
There's a reason for that.
We'll do a shot every time they do a lap. Yeah, sound.
Be fucking plastered. Yeah, so again, just boring to watch. Like every other sport has got a little bit of a narrative going on.
Yes, like, especially team sports. Because there's the interpersonal dynamic of the team.
Yeah, true.
You're watching a bloke in a car, he's communicating with his team in the pit, but he's not having a chat, is he?
But you'd be like driving. Like if you could like feel how fast they were going,
yes,
it'd be great. But because you can just see it doesn't even look that fast because like everyone's going that quick. So it just looks like they're all going the same pace.
I think we're on something here. We need other people on the course moving at much slower speeds
to accentuate how fast they're actually
we need
going.
Cyclists.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then we can kill cyclists as well.
Like in football, you have like your Lionel Messi's, but you also have like Anthony Gordon's. So you know they're you know how good Lionel Messi is because Anthony Gordon's shit.
Yeah, this is a good point. Yeah, because if you just had a team of Lionel Messi's, it would be shit. Because they'd all just cancel each other out, which is part of the reason with F1. Because now so much money's been pumped into it. It's such fine margins. There isn't really a good one and a shit one.
Yeah, exactly. I can't.
It is like watching a team of Messis, and no one wants to do that. You need a fucking shit house to make the actual goat look good.
Yeah, exactly. You need the contrast. So I can't get on board with F1. Overrated.
It's massively overrated, isn't it?
Shit.
Yeah, it's also very, we don't like gatekeepers. It's very elitist sport as well.
Yeah.
Because you come into it through karting, don't you? Which is expensive in itself. But then the older you get and the longer you stay in it and the further you go up,
the more you have to plough into
you have to plough into it, which, unless you get sponsorship, isn't attainable, is it?
That's true. Yeah, so things like football, where it's just meritocracy talent, basically. Yeah. Or rugby or normal sports are much more... Because they draw from, like, the lower ranks in society, kind of, don't they? Well, a lot of footballers come from working class.
Football is the ultimate meritocracy, really, in sport. In terms. Yeah.
Whereas we're saying with, like... Well, maybe not. I guess cricket and rugby are a bit more upper echelon, aren't they?
Yeah, well, the massive reports just come out the other week about lack of diversity in cricket, so you can't really beat the cricket drum for doing its bit for...
No, yeah. Cricket is upper class as fuck, to be fair. But most rugby players you see speak are, like, privately educated.
Oh yeah, massively.
I don't know what the reason is for that. Is that just because it's more common in... I don't know why.
Historically, it's just it was born out of a private school, rugby school.
Yeah. There you go. It's a history lesson for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's... I would say that's the main difference. Like you said, it's not accessible to anyone. So again, to like relate it back, I can't go and play F1 on the park.
No, but you could plough $2,000 into an F1 simulator, like a hat.
Yeah, I could rag my car about, but it's not gonna really like
wrap it around a tree.
Yeah, it's not gonna really get the same effect. Whereas I can go and have a kick around with you in the park.
Yeah.
And then again, for like the contrast thing, I can see how much worse I am than Messi and get loads of respect for Messi.
Yeah.
And when I watch Messi, I'm impressed.
So whichever way you come at it, I just can't get behind F1.
No, again, so we've come at it in lots of different ways there, and it's still overrated. So
yeah. So if you got a different opinion, let us know.
Yeah, please do.
Don't think I will shift my opinion, but you can give it your best crack if you want.
And lots of people are into F1 as well. I feel like it's quite an uncommon opinion.
I think it's a sheep thing. People just follow the trend. Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Right, go on, hit me with yours.
So, this is very on brand for us at the moment. Sober stints.
Right.
So, stints of time.
Yeah.
When you just don't get on the piss for a bit.
Yeah, not like full-blown sobriety.
No, so like interval... effectively like
detox weekends.
Effectively like intermittent fasting with booze.
Yeah.
Right, so like normally, you just like autopilot it, don't you? You're like, well, it's Friday, Saturday, I'm going out. Friday, Saturday, I'm going out. And if you do that enough, it just becomes a habit. And you expect it then. You look forward to the send on a Friday, the send on a Saturday, or you just have a beer whenever.
Yeah.
And you're not holding yourself accountable. Bit like when you're intermittent fasting, your 16-hour window of fasting is there. You don't eat because you've got something in place. Whereas if you just haven't got any structure in place, you'll eat throughout the day and you'll do whatever.
See, I used to be, before I started doing it, I was very against this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's massively
this is why I brought it up.
It's massively underrated.
Yeah.
Right, good things come to those who wait.
Yes.
Right, so the sends that you do go on then become better.
Yeah, true of anything in life as well. Like,
because if you actually then have a reason to go out, you're going to enjoy it more. Whereas if you're just going through autopilot almost, and you're just drinking for the sake of it, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get anything out of it, and you've basically written the rest of your weekend off as well.
Well, like anything as well, the more you kind of do of it, the less you get from that same level of that thing, right? So if you're always on social media, you won't get the same dopamine hit as if you take 10 hours off and then go on social media, you get fucking loads of dopamine. Same thing is if you take 6 weeks off the piss and then go out, it'll be fucking mint because you haven't been on it for 6 weeks. Whereas if you're on it 2 nights a weekend every week, it's a bit shit because you're like, well, I'm just doing what I always do.
That works financially as well.
Yeah.
So if you take a bit of time off boozing, your tolerance goes into the toilet, and then it costs you fuck all to get pissed.
Yeah, which is fantastic.
Which is great because then, like you said, you're getting more enjoyment out of it anyway, and it's costing you less.
Yeah, brilliant. That's the thing, and also there's loads of ways we can go with this, but like from a health standpoint and a fitness standpoint.
Oh well, that goes without saying.
Productivity. If you're ploughing in loads of like toxins into your body effectively every week, probably not going to be great for your fitness goals. Productivity, massive. So we found this definitely on a personal level. Like on a Saturday, if you get smashed, the Sunday's written off.
It's a blur.
Yeah.
And you sleep deprived for the first half.
And even if you're not,
the next week.
I'm pretty good on a hangover. We are both pretty good on a hangover. We can like get ourselves up, have a ibuprofen or whatever, and we feel good to go. But even then, if you're not like in pain and bedridden from the hangover, you're still operating at like 50%.
Like, cognitively, even
Yeah.
if you don't feel it, you're ruined.
That's what I mean. So productivity wise, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of being productive and knowing I've achieved something in the day. So it fucks with that. So if you're like, so I'm not saying like 100% sobriety, because I do think it has a place. But
It's balance like everything, isn't it? Don't be that guy that goes all in, and then he's like, next thing you know, he's not fucking wanking, and he walks around with tin foil on his head, and he only eats red meat.
Yeah,
Because
he washes eggs.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
wheat bits gives you cancer.
Yeah.
And he washes his hair with eggs. Yeah. Make it that what you will.
Certain individuals. Yeah. So again, I think massively underrated. Give it a go, kids. So sober stints.
Yeah, I can get on board with that. Give it a crack. It's one weekend at a time.
What have we done now? What are we 3?
Nah,
Although we're
2.
keeping count.
Two.
Two. Yeah, 2 weekends. Yeah, wow, mad. But again, we'll have a reason next time we go on the piss. We've just done our seminar, so
Exactly. Get your tickets if you haven't already.
yeah, exactly.
Right. Final segment then. Reasons to be cheerful.
Reasons to be cheerful.
This is a big one.
This is a big
It's
one.
co-
National pride.
It's come home,
Yeah.
so to speak, for
Yeah.
the youth anyway.
For the youth and the women. Now we just need the main G's to fucking do it.
It's ironic that Three Lions was originally written about the men's team, and in that time since, the women have brought it home, and the under-21s have brought it home. We're actually still waiting on the men's senior team to do it.
This year, mate, I tell you, next year.
But anyway, if you don't know what we're on about, so the under-21s England team won the European Championship.
Yeah, in possibly the worst final I've ever watched. But
Yeah, it's annoying,
it
right?
wasn't
Because they
that bad.
fucking finessed the entire tournament, right? They didn't concede a goal.
Yeah.
Just played proper football. Basically, played the other teams off the park. And then the one game that we actually watched that was televised, the final, was an absolute stinker, wasn't it?
It was
They
a shit-
stunk the gaff out with
shit
that.
game on it. So they scored. Their goal was a deflection off a fucking free kick.
Yeah.
And then nothing else happened for like 90 minutes until Spain got the most ridiculous
Yeah.
penalty shout ever. This bloke basically no contact happened, right? But he stayed
Classic
down for like
VAR
6 minutes.
Doing its best to fucking ruin football again.
If you look hard enough, you'll find something.
Yeah.
And so it's just like
If you watch it frame by frame, you will find some contact.
yeah, but it's
a
contact
fucking,
sport.
It's a contact sport. You
If that
have.
happens outside the box, nothing's
He's
happening.
getting yellow carded for fucking diving.
Yeah, exactly. I always think if it's a foul inside the box, you should be able to take it outside the box and it should be a foul.
Yeah.
But that's never the case.
No,
it's
it
always like
isn't.
special treatment.
Which is why the penalty rules at the moment are so perverted. Anyway,
yeah,
so we'll allow that because the fucking
the penalty was saved and we still won.
yeah, James Trafford saved the penalty and he saved the fucking a rebound and then the Spanish player skied it
Yeah.
in like the 98th minute, whatever. Then the ref blows up. Happy days.
Yeah.
So we fucked the Spanish off. Says there's another country that we're better than that. As well as Australia when we win the Ashes.
It was just stacking them up really. But yeah, so England winning, is it Euros? Euros. Right?
It was the European Championship.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
then we got the Women's World Cup this summer coming as well.
And the men's
in Oz.
Euros.
No, we got the Men's Rugby World Cup.
No, men's Euros next year, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So tournament's coming thick and
Confused me
fast.
because he said summer, because it's summer now.
Yeah, I was alright. Okay, I meant like next month. Then.
Yeah, Roger. Cool. Yeah, so that's us. Relationships and family in the Marines and the Corps and the military, I guess.
Yeah, we covered that as comprehensively as possible, but then again, we're two kind of jaded single men, so
Yeah,
kind of
make of that what you will.
make of that what you will,
'Cause,
and the perspectives that come with that
Yeah,
tag.
because it might have been different 6 weeks ago.
yeah. Might have been different when I had a heart.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So
That's our lifting the lid special over. Normal play will resume next week with Below the Bar.
television cricket game.
Yeah, I'm a fucking love it, mate. Don't know what we're going to cover yet, but it will undoubtedly involve casting aspersions and giving unsolicited advice. So
that's what we do best.
just stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Effectively.
So we'll see you then. Thanks for listening.